All right, guys, thank you for joining me again. Appreciate it as always. All right. Okay. Maria Jackson, thank you for the hello on the Rumble channel. I hope the video does come on. It takes a while sometimes for this thing to figure it out, but whatever. Prep to Adapt, Lexi, Occult, Dobie, thank you for the 5x5, Flown Kathy, Joseph, Beef and Chicken, Maria, let's go, Gary, thank you for the 5x5, NJ Prepper, Visit, Rhonda, Groundhog, thank you for the 5x5, Base Bunny, thank you for the 5x5, Patty, Mitch, F you all, thank you for the 5x5, Common Sense, Water Tiger, Paul F, Glock, Jordan, thank you for the 5x5, William, Crow, Master Blaster, Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5. Joe 59, Prep to Adapt, and Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Appreciate it. Comet Moon, Bill, Bob, Chef, Harold, thank you for the 5x5. Jason, thank you for Whiskey with Whiskey. Mackenzie, thank you. GMA, thank you for the 5x5. Laura, Prepper Revelator, thank you for the 5x5. Cherokee Survival, Dave, thank you for the spam by spam and the 5x5. Appreciate it, guys. All right. So, tonight, you know what? Dawned on me. Hold on. I didn't get to talk about anything I wanted to talk about. So, tomorrow morning on the on the Wednesday Midweek Report, we're going to talk about the highly infectious new strain that's circulating here in the United States. That BS. That stupidness that they're fucking pushing onto us. So dumb. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about AI. And I think that AI, guys, right now as we speak, I spoke about this a little bit on the Angry Truth channel. Involving Media, Maverick, thank you for the 5x5. Lexi, Brian, thank you for the 5x5. I spoke about this a little on the Angry Truth channel, but I think, guys, that YouTube right now is gathering as much information as they possibly can on every creator on YouTube, especially if you are current and, still making videos. The possibility of them creating AI content through YouTube, sort of like a YouTube production or YouTube studios, they're going to do this so that they can put more money in their pockets. I can almost see it. I am 100% sure this is going to happen. And they have something called the YouTuber creators community. They've been trying to get me to join that bullshit for a while. And it's what it is you're supposed to, I guess, talk to other creators who are also monetized so that you guys can help each other be monetized. But they also want your feedback on how YouTube operates and things of that nature. So there are a lot of AI videos or AI generated videos on YouTube. A lot of the AI generated videos on YouTube are more like storytellers. And what they're doing is they're getting stories confused or purposely confusing them, and then making up stories that never ever existed. And we're seeing that right now on YouTube. Teddy Roosevelt. I would guess yes to that question. Teddy Roosevelt asked, can they use your likeness without your permission? I could see them doing that because there was something in Instagram and Facebook a couple years ago where anything you published on their website, they own the rights to. Now, as far as photography goes, they can never own the rights to your pictures. Doesn't matter whether they load them up or not, they can never legally own it. You have to sign something, and not a click of a button with that bullshit that they have on the internet. When you join YouTube or Instagram, you click this button agreeing to. Clicking a button doesn't agree to shit. You have to actually sign something. So with photography, I can't see that, but with their videos, could they use your likeness? They might be able to. As of right now, I don't know if there's anything in the agreements that states so, but yeah. My sister at 40 is trying to become TikTok famous. Trump won. Tell her good luck. I guess. But yeah, I can absolutely see them gathering all this information, guys. And so I think YouTube is going to release AI program that will scan over millions, if not billions of videos, learning its algorithm, learning how we talk, learning our speech pattern, learning how we speak, recording our emotions, recording the nuances of our facial gestures and movements, right? So every little face that whatever YouTuber makes, I think they're definitely recording all of this and scanning it into a system. People are going to argue that, yes, they want to see real people on the screen, but AI is going to be so good, you might not be able to notice whether or not a person's real or not. AP, someone suggests the Angry Chef. Would you consider doing that? Joseph, no, absolutely not. That's another channel I do not need. You know, like I said, I only have a couple of, I only have a couple like recipes. I'm not going to start making angry dishes for the sake of, like a video. No. Photos are copyrighted as soon as you take them, right? Teddy Roosevelt, you have ownership of them. So that sort of gives you an instant copyright, right? But you have ownership of all pictures taken. Some of these websites, when you upload them, they said they have ownership of them. It's bullshit. There's no legal way by a click of a button they can own it by stating such. There has to be an agreement, and an agreement has to be written, signed off. So some places where you sell your pictures online, they tell you that they own them. They don't. There's no legal way that they can own them, and they can't just say that. But anyway, with this, guys, with this possibility, and it's a very, very strong possibility. It's not just a little bit. It's not theorizing. All right. So yes, I am theorizing right now. Excuse me, or I'm fantasizing. However you want to look at it. But this is something, guys, that people fantasized about 20 years ago, and look where we are now. AI is helping people how to cook. AI is helping people how to create better content on their video. Apparently, I can use my YouTube channel link and have ChatGPT figure out how to make my channel better, my YouTube channel better, right? I've used it for other things like how to develop a online photography business in depth, like certain prompts, and man, it's giving me some shit that just, like, the development of my online business has gotten good. I'm getting traffic. I haven't gotten any business yet, but traffic is a start. So again, listening to this Chat GPT, but that's going to be the only thing that's going to be left is photography right now. Photography, but people are going to get lazy. They're going to scan pictures of themselves and their family via their phone, and ChatGPT or whatever AI app in the future is going to put you in awesome photos. Like, you want a family portrait, you guys are standing in front of your phone, take one picture, send it to an AI program, and the AI program is going to develop all of the pictures for you. That's going to happen. But there are going to be people who want genuine pictures taken of them. But again, that's the future. People have to think outside of the box with AI. Period. You cannot, guys, sit here. You cannot sit here and think it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to replace my job. AI has the ability to replace anybody's job that's sitting at a desk. What am I doing now? I am sitting at a desk. They're going to replace us. Come hella high water. It's going to happen. So with that, guys, the worst problem is that this will make matters worse for a lot of people on a personal level. Now, I ran across an article by accident, or a website by accident, where they said, what does AI mean to society? As far as serious manipulation goes. Serious manipulation meaning faking spouses cheating on one another. I talked about that last week. They also faked kidnapping. Fake kidnapping, which leads to ransom. You also have creating blackmail material, like the teacher and the student 2 weeks ago had a video of them circulating on people's phones that they were getting it on with each other. And this was a completely AI-generated video. Now, the less movement in this AI videos that are generated with people being blackmailed, the more realistic it looks. The more movement, the less realistic it looks, right? So obviously, if it's a video AI generated video of you, let's say it's a lady, right, giving head to the butcher, the local butcher of your neighborhood, and this video circulating, your husband at first glance is going to look at this and go, why the fuck are you giving, Mr. Driver head for fucking a pound of beef, and then he's going to flip out and start. But that's the kind of shit you're going to have to deal with. And meanwhile, emotions are going to get caught up, and they're not going to look at all of the things wrong with that video. It's going to lead to mass manipulation, mass blackmailing. There's going to be videos of you, a guy, giving head to another dude, and your wife is going to look at that video and go, why are you sucking a dude's dick? And she's going to fly off the handle. And then you're going to have to convince her it's AI. And yes, right now there are ways of telling it's AI, but when AI gets to a point where you can't tell, where they copy the inside of your home, and you know how they copy the inside of your home? Because you have a Ring camera inside of your home, surveillancing your home for safety. Meanwhile, the guy who is hacked into your Ring camera is scanning your home. And now he's going to develop a video of you doing something improper to another male adult or a kid inside of your home. This is going to get very, very bad. Again, you have to open your mind to what can happen. Jack's like, Jackie, you don't have a camera inside your home, but I know people who do. I knew a guy in a neighboring firehouse. He was like, yo, he was showing me. He's like, oh my wife and kids are, they're playtime or some shit. And I'm like, you got that shit through in all of the rooms? He goes, not my bedroom. He goes to watch the kids, the living room. I'm like, so someone can hack into your shit, man, and see this. You know that, right? He goes, well, why would they? To make sure you guys are not home when they break into your fucking home. What do you mean? Why not? Like, it didn't dawn on him. Because of my conspiracy theory bullshit, this is why I was able to think like that. He wasn't thinking outside of the box. I think outside of the box all the time. And it can be dangerous thinking outside of the box all the time. I think the opposite. People can do whatever they want and just blame AI. Grateful Preps, thank you for bringing that up. That's also the other problem. People can sit there and go, that wasn't me in that video. I wasn't holding the camera. That's AI generated. You can do that as well. But you're going to recognize something real over something not. Lexi, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. People like, you're hired. That is the most disgusting shit I ever heard. Buffalo sauce in your mac and cheese? No, thank you. Sorry, I saw that out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what the hell? But again, guys, these are things that we have to consider. We have to consider these things. The kidnapping ones. Initially, you're going to flip out if you see your kids tied up. You're not going to sit there and look at the layers and the things wrong with the video. You're not going to look at the video and go, oh, okay, this is wrong, that's not there, this doesn't exist. Why are her toes fused together? You're not going to look at that initially. You're just going to look at the fucking video and flip out. And they're going to get a lot of people with that initially. But if you sit back and you look and you go, okay, this is fake. Someone just said there's going to be some crazy porn out there. No, there probably is. I don't listen. Porn is crazy now. With all of this shit that people are putting online, forget about fucking AI porn. Oh my God. That's going to be, I don't even want to get into that discussion because that's just listen, anything you're into should stay in your home. You shouldn't be videoing it for the world to see. You shouldn't be discussing it. And you definitely should not be AIing the shit out of it either. But listen, blackmail material. Now, with the cheating spouses AI videos, when they become really good, you're going to see divorce rates skyrocket. You're going to see separations. You're going to see people offing their family members because of a video. Matter of fact, I thought this was fake, but it wound up being real. A lady stabbed her husband. I think he passed away. She put a knife in him because she thought, no, I don't think he passed away, excuse me, but she did knife her husband because he was looking at a younger picture of her, and she thought he was cheating. When she looked at the photo up close, she realized it was her from like 10, 15 years ago, or whatever it was. Imagine that. So now you're looking at a video of somebody, your husband or your wife, being railed by another guy, or your husband railing a chick, and this AI video looks so real because it's in your home. Because again, AI apps were allowed to scan your home because you have Ring cameras or whatever the fuck it is in your home, and those are not secure, by the way. And then your husband sees this video and flips out and beats the wife to death, or just sets the house on fire. We're gonna see an increase in that, and these hyper realistic videos, people are gonna pay out whatever it is. So so someone develops a hyper realistic video of a wife getting it on with another husband and a neighbor. Excuse me, the neighbor. This ultra hyper realistic. It's called hyper realistic fakes. You're going to start hearing that term a lot more. Hyper realistic fakes. You're going to start seeing more of those pop up, and people are going to absolutely pay the blackmail fee or ransom, not ransom, the blackmail fee. They're going to pay that because they don't want any problems. Politicians are going to be doing that because they don't want any problems. Now, I am from old school. I will handle the problem. I'm like, that's not me. You know, especially if this person's in tune with your life and knows the ins and outs of your life, they can absolutely use this to their benefit by making money off these videos. So be careful what you put online. Be careful of sharing pictures of your kids as well, because they're gonna put your kids in a hyper realistic fake of your kids doing some shit they're not supposed to be doing with another adult or another kid, and they're gonna use that to make sure that doesn't get around about your kids. It's gonna get ugly. And again, I think we have another 5 years before it gets to that ultra realistic fake or hyper realistic fake. We got a couple years. But people still talking about that fucking mac and cheese, huh? But then again, like Grateful Prep said, you're going to have people also cheating and blaming AI as well. So there is that. There's going to be a combination of shit. But I think the first part is going to be the worst part. People being in compromising positions. Hell, they could even have you off somebody. And just the investigation alone, you might not want to deal with. And you might pay that ransom. You might pay that blackmail fee. All right? They might have you, burying a body in the middle of the woods. Meanwhile, you were never there. And first of all, cops will have to be like, why was anybody filming you? But if this hyper-realistic fake can also look like someone spying on you, they're going to do that. They can do whatever they want with this shit, man. I watched an AI video of, I forgot what cast of the movie it was. 300. And it was the actors in the movie, and then they were putting on a jacket as the character in the movie, and then it aged them to the age they are now, and it looked pretty good. Obviously, they morphed into the older self of them, their older self, excuse me. So obviously you knew it was fake, but there's some shit out there that is just ultra real. Like that video I showed you guys on the Angry Truth channel about this is going to get way worse. The beginning of that video, if I didn't know at first, I was like, holy shit. I forgot who sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me. And they were like, look at this. And I looked at the video, I'm like, it was fucking hyper realistic. I was like, holy shit. That's fucking bananas. But again, this is the shit we're going to have to deal with. Now, a lot of us that have older kids and we're older, we might not have to deal with that. Might not have to deal with it. But if you have younger kids, I would say don't put their pictures online anymore. That's what sucks right now. Because there is a app that's being used to scan pictures on Facebook and Instagram of younger kids. And these pictures are being stolen from the internet. And then They're scanning the pictures of these kids, especially if it's a full body picture, and then they have all these AI videos developed out of one fucking kid. Now, listen, I'd rather them do that than actually take my kids and put them in the into that world. But my kids are older now, so I don't have to worry about it. You know, my kids used to like they used to ask me all the time, "What happens if they kidnap us?" I'm like, "They're not kidnapping you." I said, "You kids are fucking annoying." I said, "They kidnap you, they're gonna return you to us in no time, because you kids are just that annoying." Thank God my kids are annoying. You know, and then the other thing is my kids don't hit the market of what would be taken, if that makes sense. I do not know the name of that app. I will find out, Joseph. It's got to be some black market shit. That's probably why I didn't look into it. I think it's some dark web shit, and if it is that, I'm not gonna bother looking. I tell you, I stay off the dark web. There's no need. Listen, you end up on the dark web, the government knows, right? Everybody knows. Hackers know, and they follow you around. There are hackers that follow people's IP addresses and masking of IP addresses into certain websites because they want to know, you know, who's diddling with kids, who's taking pictures of kids, who's, you know, banging a young man. Like, yo, these hackers do it all. Do not get it twisted. If you are of a higher echelon person, somebody's watching you every fucking move. Every move. So just keep that in mind. We are not those people, but the higher echelon people are definitely being watched, everything they do. And that's why some shit comes out about them years later. Like Diddy. This whole shit with P. Diddy is insane. I'm not following it, but every now and again there's bits or pieces of it I happen to hear about. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What was Diddy doing? I'm like, that's some crazy shit, man. Some crazy shit. I'm just like, I just read the title. I'm like, what? I don't even want to know. I just want to wait for the documentary to come out. That's when I watch everything. I'm not gonna inquire about all of the things this man was doing. What Pete Diddy is doing or was doing is insanity, and you can't even make up half the shit he was doing. Diddy was doing everything. Yo, yeah, exactly. Diddy was doing it all. You name it, he was doing it. Like, that's a psychological problem. A psychological problem, man. Yo, true freak, man. I'm like, yo, that's not the fucking word. Freak is not the word. He has to have his own new name and category for the shit he was doing. Jackie Jack, no, nothing comes out, but they could definitely, like, blackmail you with it. That's for sure. You know? But the shit Diddy's doing, yo, holy shit, man. 50 is producing a documentary, but that's not the documentary I want to see. All of this shit that's coming out in court now, that's the shit I want to see. I mean, like, yo, holy shit, man. Diddy diddling. Yeah, that's the Diddy diddling. The diddler. That might be a new category. He was a freak. He wasn't a freak. He was the diddler. Like, that's the kind of, he needs his own category of the shit he's doing. Again, I've only looked at a couple of things and I go, what? Nope. And I put it down. I'm like, I don't want to get involved. Because that's some shit, guys, you can definitely get pulled into that bullshit and be like, there's no way he was doing this. You know, a male stripper, what was the male stripper's name? The Destroyer? First of all, gay. Secondly, okay. And he made the male stripper do certain things. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck is making you blow another guy or bang another dude? Who's making you do that? And it wasn't like they were under the arrest of a gun or some shit. They were doing it on their own. Yo, that's crazy shit, man. I can't, like, some of the women, like, he made me do, no, he made you do what? He made you suck a dick? Like, if he didn't pull a weapon out of anything, you just say no. Oh, well, then your career's over. Then my fucking career's over. In the wind, done. I knew a chick who auditioned for Diddy back in 97. 97. She was trying to sign with Bad Boys back then, and she went to go sing for him. She was so excited. She had a good voice, excellent voice back then, and she went and sang. She said she wasn't even halfway done, and he was already talking about what is she willing to do to keep the fame or to get famous. She knew exactly what that meant. Keep in mind, she was 17 or 18 at the time. 17 or 18 at the time. And he was already in his 20s, mid-20s if I'm not mistaken, maybe approaching 30. And she was like, nope. She threw her whole singing career in the garbage because she stood on the ground of she's not going to make it because she sucked a dick or two. She was out on that shit. And good for her. Granted, she never got to make it, but good for her. You know? I wish I would have remembered her name. But I remember I saw her years later and she had gained some weight, like some serious weight, but whatever. She stood on that ground, and good for her. You know, I wish I could find her because I would be like, yo, talk to fucking, what is that? What's that fucking news outlet that everybody, TMZ. We're like, talk to TMZ about your fucking, losing out. Grateful Prep. It's not illegal to be a freak. Not at all. But some of the shit he was doing should be illegal. Should be illegal. I'm sorry. That some of the shit I'm like, what? Some of it's creative. I give him that. But some of it's just downright, like, bad. Like, putting people in a position... First of all, you allow yourself to be put in a position where they're holding fame over your head. Now, granted, if they were forcing you to do some shit because there was a knife or a gun involved, some kind of weapon, fine. But because they're holding fame over you... There was a photographer. I read this story, and if I would have met the photographer, I would have kicked him in his chest. He goes, the photographer told the story, this is a month ago, told the story of he did something with Diddy. I think he gave Diddy head or something like that, or was banging Diddy, or Diddy was banging him. And he goes, there's a photographer. He goes, I gave sexual favors for the chance of being a famous photographer. Fucking no. No. I wanted to flip tables and shit. I'm like, there's no amount of picture taking for that. None. This guy gave his ass up because he thought Diddy was going to make him famous. Fucking nope. I read the story, I was ready to flip tables. I was pissed. I'm like, for fucking pictures? Dude, I would have put my camera away. I'd be like, actually, I would have smashed my camera on the ground. Now, everybody knows how photographers feel about their camera. I would have sacrificed my camera in that moment. He would have said some shit like that. Bam! I would have smashed all my cameras, my lens, fuck pictures, and fuck you, and I would have walked out of there. I absolutely would have smashed everything and been like, that's how serious I am. And then, being me, I would have been like, you ever say some shit like that to me again, I will set you on fire. I will legitimately pour gasoline over you, and fucking there you go. You're going to be running around like the Human Torch. I can't believe that shit. Yeah. Well, no, not that it's fine, but I get it if you submit it to sexual favors over a weapon being drawn. But, yo, holding fame over your head and then you do the deed because you thought you were going to be famous? A photographer? That's not even the same ballpark, man. That's like, he deals in music and shit. Hey, when I read that story, all I thought was bitchosity. That's all I thought, man. I was like, what is this shit going on? He thought he was gonna be famous because he was taking pictures. I don't understand that shit. I don't understand that shit. It's just, that's bizarre to me, man. Yo, Franny, I don't get it. I don't get selling your ass for pictures. Well, I'm gonna be a famous photographer because Diddy said so. Diddy, listen, when I was a kid, half the shit I heard about Diddy doing, I was like, no way. There's no humanly way possible he was doing half that shit. And guess what? I was wrong. He was doing more than half that shit. But some of the shit I heard about back then, I was like, there's no way that anybody's doing any of that. Talk about being wrong. That is an understatement. This man proved everybody, like, yo, information never gets deleted. No, it doesn't. And the crazy shit is, he has videos of all of these crazy shit that he did. We'll never see those videos because a lot of those videos probably have prominent people in them. I tell you that much. Diddy's list is about as incriminating as Epstein's list, if not worse. Yo, and we're never gonna see that list. I mean, listen. If I ever got my hands on a list, I would sacrifice my entire pension and my life to get that list out to the public. I would put it all on the fucking table, man. All of it. Yo, Diddy needs his own category of freakism, whatever that might be, whatever word you can think of. That's him. But that's bad shit. Now, again, people like that's a distraction. It really isn't, because these articles are like minute or minor, and there's so much coming about it. It's hard to keep up. That's why I said I'm gonna follow up on it when they do a document. When they do a thorough documentary, I'll follow up on it. But right now, I'm not worried about it. There's way too many other things to worry about. SR, that's a good point. Who's on both lists? Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good question, by the way. SR asks, who's on both lists? A lot of people. I would venture to say a lot of politicians and you know, rock stars and shit, or rappers and shit are on that list. Wendy Williams knew who the people were. Wendy Williams knew who the people were. And interestingly enough, when all of this shit started to come out, she coincidentally started getting sick and going crazy. All I'm going to say. This shit started coming out and she started getting sicker. I don't care who's in those videos. I want scalps. Sojourner, I agree. Forget about who's in the video and who's on the list. We need we need names so that we can hold. But again, we're not gonna see that shit. We're not gonna see any of that. The JFK files that were promised to us by Trump, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing any of that shit, man. It's called wishful thinking. Is what it is. It's called wishful thinking. That's all this is, man. But other than that, I'm going to end the live stream here. I am going to jump on my assault bike and lose some more poundage, burn more calories, though I probably don't need it today. I think I overdid it, but jump on my assault bike and then watch some TV and go to sleep. No, I don't. I can't watch TV. I'll watch some TV and edit some photos. And then that's it for the night, man. But I will be back on tomorrow morning for the midweek report. I'll talk about the new Mr. 19 bullshit spreading around. And yeah, that's it. And then you guys will see me Friday for the doubleheader. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. And I will see you guys, some of you guys tomorrow, and the rest of you guys Friday night. Thank you.